From the Tampa Bay Lightning, we have head coach Jon Cooper. We'll start with a question from the media center.
Hey, John, it's Chris Johnson. Obviously, the play developed pretty quickly there before Marchand's goal. From your vantage point, what's the most important thing for your guys to be aware of when they're on the ice in the D zone against that line?
Well, they're a dynamic line, and they made a pretty slick play there. Obviously everybody saw it, but they make big time plays at high rates of speed, and so if you let up for a second, they're going to get you because they compete really hard and they never give up on plays, and so clearly that's what happened there. We have a recipe for them, but in the end, you hope to just control them. And I thought in some aspects of the game, we did a pretty good job, and some we didn't. And there's a reason they've been one of the best lines in hockey for a while, and they proved it tonight.
Next question, Joe Smith, The Athletic.
Hey, John. Tyler Johnson was just up there and talking about how he didn't feel like the guys' heads were quite into it in the first period, not competing as hard as they need to and everything. And did any part of the start surprise you, from an experienced team like this in a game like that?
Well, it was extremely disappointing, to be honest, because it was, there was a period we had against Columbus in the last game that was dreadful, and I thought our first period tonight was right along those lines. The promising thing for us is I thought we really turned it around. We're probably lucky we were only down one going into the second period, but it was really unfortunate that we were down two going into the third, just by the chances we had and the way we played. And by no means did we lose that game in the first period, but we didn't help ourselves. And when you shrink a game into, give a team a lead and shrink a game to 40 minutes, it's going to be tough on you. So I liked a lot of the way our game progressed, but if we're not going to manage the puck the way we did for most of the Columbus series, it'll be tough for us. And so, but you can't start games the way we did. And it was, it put us on our heels and, like I said, shortened the game.
We'll take a few more. Next question, Brian Burns, lightning.com.
Hey, Coop, we didn't see Ryan McDonough over the last half of the third period. Can you describe what happened to him and if you have an update on how he's doing?
Yeah, I don't have an update, but he was unable to return. So it was, that hopefully he's going to be okay because, he's a huge part of our team.
Next question, Eric Erlinson, lightninginsider.com.
John, another game where you end up losing the special teams battle. How much is that kind of really hurting you here in some of these situations?
Well, it hasn't burned us yet, but if it continues, it very well might. You get down to those 1-goal games. Usually it's a special team goal that it's going to get you. They got theirs and we didn't get ours. So I don't want to, I'm not sitting here blaming the game on special teams by no reason, but it's an area that we have to improve at in this series and take less penalties, but we've got to get ourselves going here a little bit in that area. And it's tough for our guys a little bit because our power play hasn't I think we'd had one power play in our last 2 games combined. So, and then it's always tough when you get one before the guys have even touched the ice. So, the PP got better as we went on, but it was, they've had some tough circumstances here. So I expect it to be better in game 2.
We'll take 2 more. Next question, Jay Recker, 95.3.
Coop, obviously you got to love the team kind of bouncing back, as you said there in the second and third, but just talk about Heddy's performance, man. He seemed like he really tried to put the team on his back and picked up a couple of goals there.
Yeah, well, there's no moral victories here. There's lessons learned, and to beat the President Trophy champions, we got to play for 60. So learn that lesson tonight. But one guy that was going was Heddy, and I thought he got rewarded for some of the excellent play he had tonight by getting 2 of those goals. But you know, we're going to need him to play like that, and you know, I thought he pulled our team into the fight as we got going.
And our last question, Paul, NHL.com.
Hi, John. Halak seems to be pretty tough to beat with a clean shot. I think both Victor's goals went off a small, like tiny deflections off of McAvoy. What do you hope to see more of as far as getting pucks past Yaroslav Halak?
I don't know. We had our chances. I mean, there's a reason he's been in this league for so long, because he can stop pucks. But in saying that, like, you look at when you create traffic, you take eyes away, stuff like that happens. And I know they both nicked off McAvoy, but one he didn't see. So, you know, taking eyes away is big. And then the other thing is you look at our first period. I don't know, we had 10 shots, I think, but we'd only attempted like 18 or 19. And when you know, I think in the end of the game, we ended up in the 70s in shot attempts. You know, it's a percentage battle. You're eventually gonna get some by, but the big thing is we got to take eyes away, and we just probably didn't do that as well as we could have.
Thanks for your time.
All right.